I've always been good with technology. Programming came naturally to me, and I'd been dabbling in automotive systems since high school, but I never imagined my skills would become weapons in my personal arsenal, until the day I caught my girlfriend Michelle texting with my best friend Dante. We'd been tight since freshman orientation, Dante and I, that is, two computer science majors, who shared an unhealthy obsession with energy drinks and late-night coding sessions. Michelle came into the picture sophomore year, when we met in a film studies elective. She was vibrant and sharp, with opinions about Kubrick that made me both intimidated and infatuated. When Michelle and Dante started hanging out without me, I thought nothing of it. Dan's helping her with some tech issues, I told myself. They're just friends, like a fool. The discovery wasn't dramatic, no walking in on them, no tearful confession, just Michelle's phone lighting up while she was in the shower, and me glancing over to see Dan's message. Last night was amazing. When can we ditch him again? The pain was immediate, but the anger took time to build. I didn't confront them, didn't throw things or make a scene. Instead, I began formulating a different approach. Dante had recently leased a new Ford Mustang Mach-E, his pride and joy. He'd spent a couple of hours showing me the features, the Sync 4 interface, the massive central touchscreen, the app integration. What he didn't know was that I'd been paying attention for reasons beyond friendly interest. I need some space, I told Michelle 3 days later. I think we should take a break. The confusion on her face was almost comical. She hadn't expected me to be the one to pull away. Is everything okay? She asked, not quite meeting my eyes. Just need to focus on my projects, I replied with a shrug. No big deal. A week later, Dante texted asking if we were still on for our usual Thursday coding session. I agreed, maintaining the pretense of normalcy, while completing my preparations. When he arrived at my apartment, I offered him a beer and asked about the car. Man, it's the best purchase I've ever made, he gushed. The over-the-air updates alone are worth it. Last week they improved the navigation system overnight. I nodded, feigning interest. Can I check out the app? I'm thinking about getting one myself next year. Without hesitation, he handed me his phone. Password is my birthday. Of course it was. Classic Dante, so predictable, except when it came to stabbing me in the back. I only needed 30 seconds with his device. The backdoor access was already prepared on my laptop. I just needed authentication from the primary account. While he rambled about electric range and charging networks, I completed the connection between my private server and his vehicle's entertainment system. Thanks, I said, handing back his phone. Very cool. The real work began after he left. I spent the entire night creating what I called the Conscience Protocol. It was elegant code, if I do say so myself, designed to select and play specific audio content at random intervals with no discernible pattern. The genius part was that it would only activate when both Dan's and Michelle's phones were connected to the car's Bluetooth simultaneously. My selection of content was methodical. Relationship podcasts discussing betrayal, audiobook chapters on the psychology of guilt, dramatic readings of Reddit threads about discovering infidelity, a carefully curated playlist of songs about cheating with surprisingly on-the-nose lyrics, all set to begin at low volume and gradually increase if either tried to mute or lower it using the Mach-E's touchscreen controls. The first activation happened 3 days later. I know because Dante texted me that evening. Weird glitch with my car today. Audio system went haywire. Started playing some random podcast about affairs. I replied with sympathy and a suggestion to check for system updates. He sent back a thumbs up emoji. For the next 2 weeks, I monitored the situation through my backdoor access. They were in his car together at least 4 times a week, always with some excuse about group projects or study sessions. The effects began to show. Michelle became jumpy. Whenever I mentioned Dante in passing, he started making excuses to avoid our usual hangouts. Neither knew I was orchestrating their discomfort, their growing paranoia. On day 17, my program recorded their first argument in the car. Can you please just turn it off? Michelle's voice, strained. I'm trying. The touch screen keeps overriding my commands. Well, try harder. I can't listen to another minute about rebuilding trust after betrayal. Do you think someone knows? Could someone have hacked my car? Don't be paranoid. It's just a glitch with the sync system. A very specific glitch. I smiled at my laptop screen, imagining their faces. The frequency of their car rides decreased dramatically over the following week. My monitoring showed they were still texting, but with increasing tension. References to The car situation appeared regularly. The program escalated as designed. Volume increased. Content became more specific. The random timing kept them constantly on edge. Day 23 brought the breakthrough. I was coding in the library when Dante slid into the seat across from me, looking haggard. "Hey," he said, voice low. "Can we talk? Somewhere private." I closed my laptop. "Sure." We walked to the empty courtyard behind the engineering building. He paced for a moment before stopping abruptly. "I've been seeing Michelle," he blurted out. "Behind your back. For almost 2 months." I arranged my face into an expression of shock. "What? I know. I'm the worst friend ever." He ran his hands through his hair. "But I think the universe is punishing me. My car." This is going to sound crazy, but my car won't stop playing these messages about cheating and guilt and karma. "Your car?" I repeated flatly. "Only when Mikkel's in it with me. It never happens any other time." He looked around as if expecting to be overheard. At first I thought it was coincidence, but it's too specific now. Like someone knows, like someone's watching us. I stared at him for a long moment. "That does sound crazy. Michelle thinks I'm losing it. We had a huge fight yesterday. She says she can't handle the paranoia on top of the guilt." He sat heavily on a bench. "I don't know what to do." The satisfaction I felt was immense but short-lived. There was something pathetic about seeing him so undone, so convinced of supernatural judgment. Part of me wanted to confess, to see the realization dawn that it wasn't cosmic justice but just me, the friend he'd betrayed, orchestrating his psychological unraveling. Instead, I said, "Maybe your car is trying to tell you something." He looked up sharply. "What do you mean?" "Some things aren't worth the cost, Dante. Some betrayals change everything." His eyes widened slightly. "Do you?" "I should get back to the library," I interrupted, standing. "Good luck with your car situation." 2 days later, Michelle texted asking to meet for coffee. I agreed, curious about her side of the meltdown. She was already there when I arrived, 2 untouched cups on the table. Her eyes were rimmed red. "I broke up with Dante," she said without preamble. I slid into the seat across from her. "Oh, we've been..." She trailed off. "I guess you deserve the whole truth. We've been seeing each other. I'm sorry. It was a terrible thing to do." I nodded slowly. "Why are you telling me this now?" "Because it's over." She pushed my coffee toward me. "He's convinced the universe is sending him messages through his Mustang. Actual messages about what we did, playing on his speakers. He thinks we're being haunted or something." I took a sip to hide my smile. "That sounds distressing." "It's insane, is what it is." She sighed. "But the guilt was eating me alive anyway. You didn't deserve what we did." The vindication I expected to feel was muted. She looked genuinely remorseful, and Dante had been reduced to a superstitious wreck. My revenge had worked better than anticipated, exposing the fragility of their deception. "I should have just been honest," she continued. "Ended things properly before starting something with him." "Yes," I agreed. "You should have." A week passed. I deactivated the program but kept the backdoor access, just in case. Dante switched to using headphones exclusively in his car, and started attending therapy, according to his social media. Michelle transferred to another section of our shared class. Sometimes revenge doesn't bring the closure you expect. I thought I'd feel triumphant, watching their relationship crumble under the weight of guilt, amplified by my technological intervention. Instead, I felt hollow, even as I admired the elegance of my solution. I never told them it was me. Let them wonder if cars can develop consciences, if technology can somehow sense human betrayal. Let them carry that uncertainty. As for me, I learned something valuable. I'm better with machines than with people. Machines follow logical rules. People break hearts and betray trust. And sometimes, when programmed just right, machines can speak the truths that people are too afraid to face. Please like and subscribe for more great revenge videos. We'd love to hear about your college pranks and campus revenge stories in the comments.